really long time. YouTube, it is Break the Sky, back at you with another video. It's been a minute. I found a script I had written for a Dota video months ago, and I've just found it today, and I was in the mood, so I was like, F it, let's record it, let's edit, let's do it. I haven't really played Dota in a really long time, but I was pretty good when I played. I was 7,000 MMR. So here are my 5 tips, sort of, help you gain MMR fast. Number 1, spam heroes. Big shocker. Usually when the new patch drops, something is broken. Maybe you play it, maybe you don't, but focusing your play on one hero will probably improve your MMR faster than anything else. You will learn power spikes and timing specific to that hero much faster. You'll get better at last hitting with that hero as you get more and more used to their animation. And you'll also learn just the strengths and weaknesses of that hero much better, and as a result, how it falls in the lexicon of Dota. That being said, I suggest picking around 3 to 5 heroes that you like and sticking with them for a while. Even if you only want to do one, that's okay. Just be careful, because spamming a hero needs to be somewhat versatile, so keep that in mind, because picking Visage Jungle can only get you so far. 2, communicate with your support in lane or carry in lane when each of you are going back to base. It is far too inconsistent to constantly send out couriers, especially when you're in the safe lane. The journey for the courier is long in the early game, and it's not so great. So when one of you dies or goes back to base, make the most of it. Drop items and drop regen for each other. It'll keep you in lane much longer, and the XP and money you'll get is well worth the cost. Mindset. Getting better is a mindset, so you're going to need to look at your games objectively. Sure, you can watch your replays, and that will help you give yourself perspective on what you did right and what you did wrong. And yeah, it'll probably help your play. But looking at replays is boring. And regardless of that, if you can't look at what you did wrong in your game, you're never going to get better, and you're never going to gain MMR. But that also means that if your team sucked and you did nothing wrong in that game, great. There's also going to be games where you screw up and your team loses and it's all your fault. And yeah, that Shadow Fiend mid probably could have fed less in the early game, but it was still your dumb mistake that cost you the game. So you need to be able to look at both of those situations and be like, okay, that makes sense. But in the long run, honestly, the losing game is probably going to give you more value than the winning game. So just remember that and have fun and be less toxic. Boom. Perfect transition. Number 4, timings. Learn what power spikes and timings are. I kind of touched on this in my hero spamming tip, but you really needs to be hammered in a little bit harder. Think PA/BKB, or when Spectre gets like his 3rd item. But it's also when your support gets a 4th staff. When certain heroes get items, fights can become much easier. But also with their levels. When you hit level 16, or is it 18 now, when you get the 3rd level of your ultimate on some heroes, that's a big deal. On some heroes, it's not a big deal at all. But learn to play around these timings. Farm when weak and fight when strong. Sounds easy, right? Like, it's super simple. Just don't fight when you're weak as crap. One good way to figure out if you should fight is when certain spells for the enemy are on cooldown, or when multiple people on your team are going to complete items soon. All your cores are going to get their 2nd item like in a minute. Maybe smoke up right after they get their items, and you can take a fight, and it'll probably be a lot easier than if you smoked up right now because you've got it in your inventory and you're just pinging it and you want to fucking smoke so bad. And the last tip, cheese, not Roshans. All this sounds good, but never underestimate the ability to pick a hero that tilts the opponent. Nothing tilts someone more than getting sunstruck by a jungle invoker. While I'm not encouraging you to pick that, well, Wouldn't be the first time someone on YouTube promoted it. But anyways, there you have it. 5 sort of tips for your MMR journey, either to 10k MMR or 10 MMR. Either way, I hope I helped you get there.